Hi there, it is design time. Welcome guys in Efficient Graphic Design channel. And what we want to do today is wave text in and out of an image of an object like you can see in the image. Like you can notice here, we made a kind of weaving the duet text in and out the man working out. To see how to do that, let's jump in Photoshop. But before we begin, if you don't have the Adobe Photoshop installed in your machine, I placed the link in the description below where you can download the last version of Adobe Photoshop for free. And if you have any problem installing the software, just leave a comment and I will reply to help you. Thanks, and let's begin. So let's get started. We will begin with the image here. We are going to select the body of the man working out using the quick selection tool. We choose the plus option. We change a little size. We make the size of the tool a little bigger and we begin our selection. Like you can see now, we select the body of the man working out. Select the hands. We choose the -1 to remove this part of the background. We don't want this part to be selected. We want to select just the body of the man working out and not the background, because we will duplicate this man here. We will make a copy of the selection to use it to get the effect we want. So we continue our selection with the plus tool now. We come back to the plus option and we continue our selection. Like you can see, we move to the feet now. We select the feet. Continue the selection in the feet. Like you can see, there are some little parts to remove from the selection. We are going to remove it after selecting all the body. We remove these parts here under the hand and these parts here under the body to make the selection perfect in a good manner. We remove these parts here. I think the selection is perfect now. We make the quick selection tool smaller, and we need to zoom a little here to see these parts clearly, if they are selected in a good way or not. So what we are going to do now is zoom in the image, in the body. Okay, we use the minus tool now. We make the size a little bigger and we select these parts here to eliminate it from the selection. We don't want this part to be selected because it contains the background. We remove these parts here and we remove these parts here also. We remove the selection from the feet and we come back with the plus tool. We zoom now to see if our selection is good enough. So we come back to the quick selection tool. We make the size of the tool more smaller to select these parts of the hand here, and also these parts here should be selected, should be included in the selection. Like you can see, also these parts here. When we zoom, we can see the image clearly and we can see if there are some parts to remove or some parts to add to the selection. So when we zoom out, you can see now the selection is very good, very perfect, and that's what we want. So we go to edit and we use copy, and we come back to edit and we use paste. So we create a copy of the selection. Like you can see, if we make the image layer off, we can see the selection. Like you can notice now, we have two layers, one as the bottom, which contains the image, the whole image, and one as the top, which contains the selection. Now we create our text with the text tool. We delete the default text and we will write "do it." Like you can see now, we write the text we want, and using the position tool, the move tool, we move the text and we try to position it where we want. So we'll position the text in the place we want. Continue positioning the text, and when we are done, we go to Effect. Of course, we are selecting the layer of the text and we choose Gradient Overlay. We will apply a Gradient Overlay effect on the text. We will choose the colors. We have the black one, the white one, and something like red. We have three colors in the gradient. The opacity is 100%. The angle is 90 degrees. And like you can see, there are the settings. We can reverse the colors, or I think I should make them in the normal case and not reverse them. I click OK and the effect is applied on the text. Now what I will do is I pushed the selection I select at the top and I make the text in the middle. Like you can notice now, we have three layers. One at the bottom, which contains the full image, the text in the middle, and our selection of the body is at the top. So now the text is placed in the middle between the two layers, the whole image and the man selected with the quick selection tool at the top and the text in the middle. So I position a little the text to be in the right place, and choosing selection layer, I choose layer mask. I will now create a layer mask applied in the man selected in the layer at the top. So now we will use the brush tool to make some parts of this layer invisible to get the effect we want. So like you can see now, we will use the brush tool. We go to the brush tool, it is here. We choose the black color in the foreground and we change the size of the brush tool to make it a little bigger. The hardness is 7%, and we will change the size of the brush tool. I think it should be a little bigger. I think this is fine for our case. So what we are going to do now is eliminate. If I use the brush tool, like you will see now, if I use the brush tool on the image, it will do that. It will brush with the black color, and this is not what we want. So we select the layer mask, and now if I use the brush tool with the black color, it will eliminate some parts from the selection from the image. So I make a little zoom. I zoom in a little to see the parts very clear, and I will come back to the brush tool and I will brush with the black color to eliminate the parts I want to eliminate. Like you can see, I eliminate these parts here from the hand. using the brush tool, okay, with the black color, and you have to worry to be attentive that it should be applied on the layer mask and not on the image. So I continue using the brush tool here to eliminate these parts here, like you can see, to get a great effect we want. Okay, I change the brush tool to the white color, and the brushing with the white color do the reverse thing we did it with the black one. Using the white color, make the parts of the selection or of the image appears, and the black, of course, make them disappear. So now I come back to the black one. I think that's fine now. Okay, I return with the white one to make some little parts here more perfect and more refined. Come back with the black one another time to eliminate these little parts here, and I think the effect is done very perfect now. Okay, I go to these parts here from the feet using the black one. I eliminate these parts, I delete them with the brush tool. I eliminate these parts of the feet here to get the effect we want, to get the body look like weaving in and out the text. Like you can see, we get our great effect now. And also these parts here should be removed with the brush tool with the black color. I should remove also these parts here, like you can see. I continue brushing and removing these parts here. For these parts here, I think it is greatly placed. That's fine. If I zoom out, I can see the results. It is so great, and the body look like it is weaving in and out the text. And of course, how did we create this effect is by using the layer mask. So I come back to the brush tool. I will try to remove these parts here to delete them. Always in the layer mask, of course, and not in the image itself. That's fine now. I think that's enough. That's good for our results. I add a little brush in here to remove these parts here, to make the results more realistic and very, very professional, like you can notice. This layer mask technique is very useful in so many cases. So I zoom out to see my results, and like you can notice, the result is great. So now, like you can notice, all we did today in this lesson, we make first a selection with the quick selection tool of the body. We duplicate the layer of the selection. We create the text. We make the text in the middle of the two layers. We create an effect, gradient overlay on the text. And after that, we use the layer mask and the brush technique in the selection as the top. And what we have got is a great result. So alright guys, I wish you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to get the tutorials coming up. And if you have any issues, leave a comment and I will reply. Thanks for watching and see you in the next tutorials.